Hey, and welcome to Regulated by Design. I wanted to tell you why I started my business and why I built my school community. If you are new here, welcome. I am Gina. I teach women how to build businesses from regulated nervous systems. Before Regulated by Design, I was a medical biller sitting at a desk keeping the lights on. I did work that made logical sense while everything around me was just anything but logical. I had chronic fatigue, I have fibromyalgia, children with complex needs, a life that kept throwing things that most business frameworks never once accounted for, and every time something painful happened, and there was a lot of painful moments, I ended up losing a week, not a day, a week. I could not work, I could not concentrate, I lost track of what day it was. I avoided everything because I could not feel that much and function at the same time. I wanted to build something of my own, so I kept trying, and I ended up trying different strategies, the coaches, the frameworks, all of it. And every single one felt like wearing someone else's clothes, like it was built for a different body and a different life, a different nervous system the one, a different nervous system than the one that I had. And then honestly, I ended up burning out every single one of them and told myself that I was the problem. But here was the thing. I now know that I was not the problem. The problem was that every framework I had tried assumed I had a regulated nervous system. They never said that out loud, but the entire model depended on it. It told you to show up consistently, to push through resistance, to take imperfect action, and honestly, all of it is correct. But it's not there, or was not meant for my body to hold. And I spent years thinking that that was a character flaw, but instead it was just a misdiagnosis. But here's what shifted. I ended up finding human design first, and then I first understood um, what was actually depleting me. So why I built, or what was depleting me, and why I built against my own design for years, and then the somatic work arrived, and I learned what my nervous system actually felt like. I had been in threat response for so long that it ended up being my baseline, honestly. And I did not even know I was dysregulated. I thought that tightness was that tightness, that weight, that exhaustion. I thought that was just me. It was not, and it wasn't me. It was a nervous system that had never been taught that it was safe to slow down. I want to tell you about the week that this business ended up being launched. Something painful happened on a Tuesday morning. I ended up not going to, well, I'm not going to name it all, honestly, but it was the kind of thing that used to cost me a whole entire week. I'd spiral for a few hours. I did the practices I now teach, the meditation, forgiveness, the self-love. I sat with the feelings instead of running from it. And then by Wednesday, I built an entire brand. A week became a few hours. Then, honestly, it wasn't the discipline. It wasn't the willpower. It was. It ended up being a regulated nervous system. It was totally different than what I was used to, and that is why I had ended up building Regulated by Design. I ended up building it because I needed it, and I did not exist. I built it for the women who has tried everything and burned out inside all of it, who has a body that does not cooperate, who has a life that is permanently complicated, and who knows deeply and quietly that there was to be another way. There And there it starts with your nervous system. It starts with your design. It starts with understanding that you were never broken. You were just building against your own blueprint. Honestly, that ends here. And I truly welcome you to Regulated by Design.